What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. Today we have some Innistrad Crimson Vow pre-release fun for you guys. I'm fresh off of playing at a pre-release at my local LGS. I gotta say that I had a blast. The set seems like a lot of fun, and if I'm looking at the surface level, power level of the cards, the set seems to be really good, so we'll see what happens, but if you'll indulge me for a moment before we jump in and start opening some of these kits, I wanted to share some of my pulls with you that I pulled from my sealed kit this evening. So I'm going to start off with the Ill-Tempered Loner, and this guy flips into the Howl Pack Avenger. This card is an absolute bomb in limited play. And then I pulled and opened a foil Savior of Olenbach Mythic, also a very powerful card. Another Mythic, Volatile Arsonist, and this guy flips into the Dire Strain Anarchist. Also opened up a Tauren Fist of the Angels in the showcase, and this card has some legs to it. I kind of like this card. Next, I pulled a Cemetery Desecrator. The Cemetery cycle is akin to the Adversary cycle from Midnight Hunt, so there is one from each color, and I think it's even more strong than the Adversary cycle. I think a lot of the Cemetery cards are very good and very playable. And then last, but certainly not least, we have a Chandra, Dress to Kill in the Borderless. So needless to say, based off of some of these pulls, I had a lot of fun tonight, and I'm excited about the set. So with that being said, let's open some packs here, shall we? So here we are. We have finally arrived at Crimson Vow. I say finally. It's not like it was a lot of time in between sets, right? We got the Dungeons and Dragons set. We got Modern Horizons 2, and then in the blink of an eye, we got Innistrad Midnight Hunt, and here we are at Crimson Vow. But as I stated earlier, so far, based off of what I saw tonight and in the play, the limited play was very, very smooth, very enjoyable. All right, let's see what our promo card is. All right, we've got Henrika Dom Nathi as the foil promo. Flying, 4 for a 1/3 flyer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature. You draw a card and lose 1 life, or you can transform Henrika the Dom Nathi. That's a pretty good card, actually. I do like that card. But let's get to opening some packs here and see. Based off of my kit that I already opened, I'm not sure I'm not sure how good I feel about these, but hopefully we pull some cool stuff here. So we're going to start off with an Adamant Will. And being that this is a new experience, I am going to go through the commons and the uncommons. Typically, I don't spend the time to do so, but I think this is a little bit more fun. So we've got a Flame Blessed Bolt, Alchemist's Retrieval, the Nebelgast Beguiler, a Courier Bat, Mulch, Undying Malice, Sanctify, Daybreak Combatants, a Ragged Recluse. All right, first uncommon is Laid to Rest. We've got a Vile Spawn Spider, a Distracting Geist, and ooh, hey, all right, Hullbreaker Horror. This card is a beating. 7 for a 7/8. It has flash. It cannot be countered. And whenever you cast a spell, choose up to 1. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. This guy, I think, is going to see a ton of play. He is super beefy, and honestly, he might just be busted. So that's an excellent pack 1 pull. And then, of course, we got the lands that everyone loves and adores. And an insect token. So that was good pack 1. I'm not mad about pulling that Hullbreaker Horror. I think I'll be finding myself towards picking up a play set. All right, so pack number 2, we're going to start off with a Falcon Wrath Celebrants, and this is that Fang border treatment, the vampire treatment, which is pretty cool. I really do like it. I think it looks really good, kind of like elegant. I think it's extravagant, very vampire-ish. I think it really does say vampire, that framework. All right, so we've got it. I'll go a little bit quicker here. We've got the Repository Scab, the Vampire Slayer, the Witch's Web, another Courier Bat, Sporeback Wolf, Unhallowed Phalanx, a Gluttonous Geist, a Hook Hand Mariner, a Wedding Security, which is another one of those. This is an uncommon. And we've got Sanguine Statuette, Ballista Watcher, and oh, look at that, another mythic. Savior of Olenbach. So this is a mythic, and I'm not sure. I think the jury's still out on this card. It's a good card, though. So it is 3 for a 1/2, and it has training, and training is a new mechanic. It's basically like the reverse of Mentor. And it says, whenever this creature attacks with another creature with a greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So additionally, this text has, whenever Savior of Olenbach trains, exile up to one other target creature from the battlefield or creature from the graveyard. When Savior of Olenbach leaves the battlefield, put the exiled cards onto the battlefield under their owner's control. So you can do a couple of different things with this. You can either use it to exile, get your opponent's creatures off of the battlefield as in a form of an attack trigger, or you can even exile cards from your own graveyard so that if your opponent does do away with the Savior and it leaves the battlefield, it doesn't even have to die. If it leaves the battlefield, then those cards return to play under what would be your control because you're the owner of those. So this thing seems like it has some possibilities. We'll see what happens with it. But again, another mythic, and we'll take that. Oh my God. Are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with this? So we've got in the same pack, Savior of Olenbach and a Savior of Olenbach foil, which is the second one of these I've opened tonight. So that means I've opened 8 packs so far, and I've pulled 3 Savior of Olenbachs, of which 2 were foil. That's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, this is going well. All right. Let's head into pack 3. So I had opened up 8 packs. All right, so we've got another Falkenrath Celebrants. Again, really do like that framework. Looks really good. Wow, that seems like a repeat. This literally seems, that's the 3 duplicates. Okay, this is a newer card. Blood Petal Celebrant. Millipede. Gift of Fangs. Nature's Embrace. Dawnheart Disciple. Siphon Essence, Kindly Ancestor, got a Blood Tithe Harvester. This guy is pretty darn good. 3 for a 3/2 as an uncommon, and when he enters the battlefield, create a blood token. You can sacrifice him to give target creature -X/-X, where X is twice the number of blood tokens you control. This is a pretty strong card in limited. I don't know if he's going to see any, vampire tribal play, but as far as limited, this is a really good card. Magma Pummeler. Mischievous Geist, Mischievous Catgeist. What? There's cats. And, oh my God. Oh, another mythic. So fair to say that if this was my sealed kit and I were playing right now, there's a fair chance I'd be playing white. Let's just put it that way. All right, so let's take a look at Cemetery Protector real quick. It's got Flash. It's 4 for 3/4. When it comes to the battlefield, exile a card from the graveyard. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, if it shares a card type with the exiled card, create a 1/1 white human creature. So this is, it's 4 for 3/4 with Flash. That also you can exile a key card, and you can make some more creatures off of that. Pretty good card. Like I said, I think the Cemetery cycle is very strong. I think all of those cards have some real possibilities. The white one might be the worst of the bunch, or the least powerful of the bunch, but I don't know. We'll see. It's really early. All right. So Alchemist Retrieval, Supernatural Rescue, Flame Blessed Bolt, Fear of Death. We've got Wolf Strike, Mind Leech Ghoul, got a Mulch, Voldaran Epicure, Dawnheart Disciple, Weaver of Blossoms. Got our first uncommon. We've got Archghoul of Thriben, Frenzied Devils, Catapult Fodder, and Investigator's Journal. All right, Investigator's Journal. Enter the battlefield with the number of suspect counters on it equal to the greatest number of creatures a player controls. And you can pay 2 and tap to remove a sus counter from the journal to draw a card, or pay 2 and sacrifice the journal to draw a card. Interesting. Nice little utility card. Drawing cards seems pretty good. I wonder if this sees some standard play. Could be interesting. And we've got the Swamp and Token Time. Man, I can't believe how good this is. I cannot believe how good this has been. Let's throw our mythics up there. Let's do our foil mythics separately, even though I want to put the saviors together. Got our rare pile here. Wow. four really strong packs so far. All right. Moving on to the next pack, and we'll speed things up here. I really, this being my, one of the first experiences with this and opening up packs, I usually try to take my time a little bit more on the first video, but we'll speed things up a little bit here now that we've started to see some of the uncommons and the commons. We've got Sanctify again. We've got Desperate Farmer. All right, uncommon, we've got Retrieve. We've got Angelic Quartermaster. More Angel Tribe. We've got Cartographer's Survey as an uncommon. And Concealing Curtains. This is an interesting card. So it's 1 for an 0/4. It's got Defender, but you can pay 2 colorless and 1 black mana to transform it only at sorcery speed. And then from there, we've got Revealing Eye. So it transforms into a 3/4 menace creature. And when this creature transforms into Revealing Eye, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player discards that card and then draws a card. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that card. Seems kind of decent. We'll see. Got a Plains, and then we've got a foil Cradle of Safety. Fair enough. All right. Sure, we'll put the foil there. No big deal. All right, last pack here. What a kit. What a pre-release kit, though. I think I have some playables there. I think I can make a deck. Okay. Got a first uncommon. We've got Diver, Scab. We've got Skull Scab. I'll just call them Scabs. Radiant Grace, and Geralf, Visionary Stitcher. Geralf is a 3-drop, 2 colorless, 1 blue for a 1/4, and zombies you control have flying. And then tap 1 blue and tap, sacrifice another non-token creature, create a XX blue zombie creature token where X is the sacrificed creature's toughness. So as long as he stays in play, you can continue to make flying zombies, which also seems pretty darn good. Flying creatures, especially in a limited format, really good. So if I were making a deck out of this, and I'm just real quick, I haven't looked through the rest of the cards to see how playables are, but just based off of the fact I've got 3 white mythics and 2 other really, really strong blue rares, I think I'd be looking to build around those cards. I think that's where I'd be starting the foundation of making a deck. But then again, like I said, we'd have to see where the other playables were. So that concludes the first kit here. Let's dive into the second kit. Hopefully we can keep this party going with some more awesome pulls. We will speed things up a little bit again. I won't stick to I won't show all the commons and the uncommons. But again, I just really like to enjoy the experience. Hopefully you guys are getting some fun out of this as well. All right, so let's take a look at what our promo card is, and this one is the Glorious Sunrise. At the beginning of combat on your turn, this is a 5-drop enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control gain +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Target land gains tap to add 3 green mana until end of turn. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater, or you gain 3 life. That's seems playable. It's a 5-drop green enchantment, and you get to just pick one at the beginning of combat. That's not bad. I mean, I like cards that are passively doing work for you. So I'm not sure I'm not sure if that's going to see play as a 5-drop enchantment, but the nice part is you play it in your first main phase, you're immediately getting value off of it once you move to combat, and you don't have to have creatures. You can just gain life, or hopefully draw cards or produce more mana. All right, so we're going to skip past the comments at this point. Some of the artwork on these cards is really, really good too. All right. Desperate Farmer. So we go into the Bride's Gown as our first uncommon. We've got Hero's Downfall, which is now at the uncommon level. It's pretty good removal. Lamholt, I don't even know how to say that. Racontor? Ooh. We've got a land. This is Deathcap Glade. This is one of the slow lands, and this is in the borderless treatment, so we'll take that. And this is the Golgari one. This is the green-black. So very nice pull right there. I do think those lands are playable, so that's pretty cool. It's a nice little pull right there. If I were building a pool, I wouldn't necessarily be super psyched to see that as far as like It's a land. I need big playable creatures, but from a value standpoint and from a card that I just like, obviously I'm not upset about that. All right, so next uncommon, we've got Resistance Squad. We've got Olenbach Escort. Not that kind of escort. Get your heads out of the gutter. Restless Bloodseeker. Hopeful Initiate. 1 for a 1/2. Training. Human Warlock. Pay 3. Remove 2 counters you control from among creatures you control. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Huh. Okay. Sure. We've got a Plains. And we've got a Foil Resistance Squad. Kind of cool looking. Foiling looks good there. Insect token. All right, next pack. Next pack. Okay. So we've got another Frenzied Devils. It's an uncommon. Pack Song Pup. Panicked Bystander. He's pretty freaked out. And there's a Glorious Sunrise. So in this kit, we had 2 Glorious Sunrise. Again, a pretty powerful enchantment, but not sure how playable. But if I have 2 of those, and those are doing, like I said, passive work for me, where I'm either gaining life or I can add additional mana or I can draw cards, I mean, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Of course, giving your creatures trample is also a nice effect because a lot of limited games have stalled board states where you have a lot of creatures in that battlefield and no one wants to swing because you don't want to be the one losing creatures. All right, we got Vampire's Vengeance, which is like, I'm going to talk about this card real quick. In a limited format where you've got tons of vampires running around, this is like a minor board sweep. So it is a red instant. It's 3 mana to cast, but Vampire's Vengeance deals 2 damage to each non-vampire creature. Create a blood token. So if you're playing a vampire deck, you know that it's not phasing any of your creatures and you're dealing 2 damage to your opponent's creatures at instant speed. There is a lot of 2 defense or less creatures in this set. This is a nice little minor board sweep. It's a very playable card in limited. Got another Resistance Squad here. That might be our 3rd one. Got another Mischievous Catgeist. Adorable. And another Deathcap Glade. So I don't know what we're doing with this deck. I guess we're playing green because we've got green and black lands, and we've got green enchantments, and we've got a Mind Leech Ghoul as a foil. All right, a couple more packs to go here. Hopefully something spicy. I don't know that I can ask for too much more. I've been pretty good hits here, but you know what? Why not? Let's ask for more. Okay, we've got Lay to Rest as an uncommon here. We've got another Blood Tithe Harvester. Again, really like that Fang Frame. I think it's called Fang Frame treatment. Quartermaster. Ooh. All right, we've got Catilda Dawnheart Martyr. So this is 3 for a flying lifelink protection from vampires, which seems pretty doggone good in this particular limited format. Catilda Dawnheart Martyr's power and toughness are each equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. That seems pretty good. I mean, as a 3-drop, even if it came into play as a 1/1 or a 2/2, because she is a spirit herself, flying lifelink protection for vampires, and the Disturb flips into Catilda's Rising Dawn. It's an enchantment at that point. Enchanted creature has flying, lifelink, and protection for vampires, and it gets +X, whereas the X is the number of permanents you control that are spirits and are enchantments. Yeah, that's a really strong card in this particular limited format. Neat. And the art on those showcases continue to, I think it's called Forever Night or something along those, Eternal Night. Those particular sets of art, I really do like them. There's one of the better parts of the Innistrad, this particular Innistrad mini block, if you will. Okay, last pack. Here we go. So we've got a Spiked Ripsaw, a Cartographer's Survey, a Oak Shade Stalker, and Stensia Uprising. 4 for a red enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 red human token, creature token. Then if you control exactly 13 permanents, you may sacrifice Uprising. When you do, it deals 7 damage to any target. That's incredibly obscure and random. Okay, fair enough. And the Forest. So there you go. There's a first look at The Innistrad Crimson Vow, again, I think this set is pretty doggone good. I like the pulls, the borderless lands, just like in Midnight Hunt, they look sick. We pulled a couple of mythics. In fact, we had a double mythic pack where we pulled the same mythic out of it, and one in the foil version. I think Hullbreaker Horror, this card is again very, very strong. So thanks for your time, everyone. I do appreciate you guys. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks so much again for all of your time. Have a great day, everyone.